So, here's what we're going to do. This is our team sealed sample. So what we're going to do for you here, we've got 10 boosters out. We have no idea what order we pulled them in. So we're going to randomly select 10 of them. We're going to use the native of D10 to do that. And once we have our 10 boosters, we're going to set 4 of them aside. We'll use those for something else later. We're going to open up those 6 boosters, figure out what's inside of them, organize them. Then we're going to give ourselves 15 minutes. I think at Worlds they often give you half an hour.
Yeah.
And believe me, like you would think that half an hour would be an excess of time.
It's
not. But we're going to try to go through the process as real as we can in that time. If we
Oh, the real process? Hold on a second.
Yeah, building in a nook show.
Booster towers.
But that means that we're both going to try to build the teams, but we're also going to talk about who would play those teams.
Yeah.
Like, ideally, in a real thing, we would hopefully have talked a bit in advance about the sorts of things we like, the sorts of things we don't like. But it's important if the time comes up and all you have is teams, then you're not there yet. Because you got to think about maps, you got to think about who's going to play what team. So the whole thing's part of the conversation.
Who's A, B, and C?
So we're gonna go through that whole conversation for you here. We won't start the timer until we've figured out our boosters and we've opened them. But let's get started on that. So here's what we're gonna go: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we'll just start removing. Okay.
So first one's 9.
9. So that's gonna be this one. So now same deal. 10 is a reroll.
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now 9 and 10 are a reroll.
2. This is going surprisingly well
so far. So 8, 9, 10 are a reroll.
3.
That'll be that one. All right. So what do we have then? 7, 8, 9, 10 are reroll. Yes.
We got a D6 now.
Yeah. There you go. Whoop.
1.
Number 1. All right. One more to go. 6 for a reroll.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna roll
1,
6.
2, 3,
So
4. So there you go. So these 4
are for another surprise.
Yeah, we'll set those aside. Even though I think you actually said it on the last
I
video.
did say it on the first video.
Surprise is relative, but here we go.
Oh.
All right. Cool. We'll come back to you later. You over there. Not yet. No. We have to open the boosters.
Okay. Oh yeah, because it's open to check, make sure everything's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure it's all good. So we kind of think we know what it is. I mean, we haven't checked every card in detail. All right. So you got the Krakoa there.
Yep.
Cool. I got the Dark Phoenix.
I got the Dargon.
Got some good colossal retaliation fodder here. So get everything out. I'll get this out later. Just finish what we're doing here.
You know what? I'm fighting with Krakoa. It's all wrong.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be doing that.
Oh, and there's a Shadow King. Oh, they're the cards.
Yeah. Wow, so the double super rare colossal moment.
Yeah, right?
The thing we won't repeat at Team Worlds.
I'll say. Hey, if our samples are any indication, we've been pulling trash in the samples. So.
Exactly. So then we'll pull amazingly and... so we got the Sentinel Squad 1.
Oh, cool. Vehicle. Outwit is so valuable in this set. Like, to me, Outwit is the thing that I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So...
We got lots of TK going on the lower end, too, because we got Magneto and we got Jean Grey.
Nice.
So we got 2 Magnetos in Jean Grey.
Nice.
We got, like you said, Outwit with Sam Strange.
Yeah, we got some retaliation here. If we can build an X-Men theme team, that'd be great. I don't remember the keywords on Krakoa, but we'll get to that later.
I believe it's just monster. Yeah.
He does not have X-Men.
Animal? No?
It is not that Krakoa.
Okay.
This is the original monster himself.
Alright, so the cards out here.
Okay. The weird sorting part, we're actually kind of quiet, and I just lost my D10 to almost.
And this is where I lean kind of heavily on you guys as.
So is this everything? Is this all the cards?
Should be.
We got
30,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I think so. Yeah. Okay. We're good. We do have a pyro in there. All right. So I mean, there's a number of different ways we could approach this. I always like to kind of start. Do you want to give 15 minutes on the clock?
Yep.
Boy, it's gonna go. It's gonna go fast.
Do we want to do 15 or we'll do the full 30?
Okay.
Let's do the whole. You know what? If it gets boring, we'll do a fast forward.
I was going to say, you guys are the ones editing, so
yeah.
All right. So I like the idea of figuring out keywords, and an obvious start for me is X-Men, because this is such a good retaliator on an X-Men team that I kind of...
It's also a pretty okay 300-point figure.
It's not a bad, not a bad
but then
thing.
that's the entire team, right?
So,
yeah.
I know these are all X-Men. Who's this? Is that Danger Room Sabretooth?
Yeah.
Some of these get weird when it comes to the X-Men, too, because... I mean, Morph
Cable
is
is
one.
Yeah, Morph is 1. Gene is 1.
Now, does this Magneto have it, or is he strictly Brotherhood?
He's strict. This is the just a brother, an evil Magneto. All right, so that's some stuff. It's not necessarily great, but it's something. As far as other keywords to build around, I mean, Shadow King's awesome, and he is Brotherhood of Mutants.
We do have a fair amount of Brotherhood of Humans.
Yeah, because we get that Shadow King, Magnetos, 2 of them even.
We got Pyro.
Pyro.
Yeah, there's 2.
Even the Danger Room.
Sabretooth.
There's 2 things I love
Rogue.
about. There's 2 things I love about Shadow King. One being the fact that he's power cosmic.
That's
the other
Rogue.
being that he reduces penetrating damage.
Yeah.
And he can't be targeted if you're more than 5 away, which is really good in a set that has a lot of really long swings.
Yep.
So I feel like we almost have to build a team around him.
Yep.
Don't
disagree.
He is, I think, most playable. Even though I love Outwit, I think that it's not worth doubling your whole team value for.
Well, yeah, he starts with prop at 150.
Along with Pulse Wave, and once per turn, when he uses either one, he can use the other. So he can phase Mind Control, get himself into a position to Mind Control somebody over, and Pulse Wave the next turn if they're not careful.
With as strong as Outwit is in the set, he's actually protected from it.
We arguably have the best tie-up there is to have, which is a Danger Room, and specifically this Danger Room. And he is Brotherhood, eh?
Yeah.
Boy, that's a good start. Is that 200 points right there?
That's
195. That's crazily good.
Yeah.
I can't remember what Pyro does.
Pyro is mostly just a range attacker, but he's got the he's energy explosion, range combat expert, and he's got that Freedom Force common trait where if he removes an action token from not clearing, he can heal as well. So it gets around a little bit of his squishiness.
And he has a free action destroy an object within range, and then whenever Pyro uses a range destroy action to destroy a piece of blocking terrain after resolution, remove an action token from him, which kicks off. He can actually kick off his own.
What's also interesting though is Amelia Vogt and Mystique would make an even 300.
Would give us Perplex.
Well, it also gives us Protected, which I love.
Yeah.
Because here, only takes 1 damage at a time. Here, can't be outwitted and reduces penetrating damage. So she can basically be between these two, and she makes somebody essentially protected. And what does Mystique do again that's neat?
She's got like a crazy shape change.
Yeah, it was her shape change where if the character, she can... there might be a card pack missing somewhere.
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
Where's Mystique?
Should not fall inside of this card.
She's
Double check inside of those bookies.
A shape changer that she just her card disappeared.
Right.
Check the floor near our feet.
We'll check any boxes that we had.
Yeah. Check any boxes if there's cards left. Oh, here we go.
Oh, you have one?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a whole bunch of cards.
A whole bunch of cards.
Look at you.
Yeah, and it's my fault because it was the one with the Sentinel Squad 1.
Ah, okay, great. So as long as we know who
Mystique. Here we go.
Cool.
Scott!
Scott! Shape change free. Give a standard opposing character a shapeshift token, removing it anywhere else. When she uses shape change, if there is a character with shapeshift, a shapeshift token, the attacker doesn't have line of fire to them, she succeeds on a result of 2 through 6.
It's a really weird, specific thing to pop off.
Still, to me, it's enough to say she's got stealth, protected. They're protected, only takes 1 damage. This is a crazy good team.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
Because awesome tie-up, pretty good tie-up as well, considering she can get in close and use the shape change thing.
She's got leadership, too.
She does have leadership. And you got the Perplex, and you just got an amazing piece that starts with Prob.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a team.
So then we knew. I think we'll stick with this and adjust if we have to force an adjustment.
Right.
Acolytes is there, but I don't know if they're any good. I mean, granted, you could double up on Magnetos.
Amelia is arguably the best.
Yeah.
There's one more that goes with that. I just don't know which one.
Fabian Cortez is
iffy
on that. But he's also got that. We didn't pull a blob in this one. Okay, so I kind of want to point towards the Sasquatch to get a team with a guy. I was
trying to figure out whether Sasquatch and Krakoa share a keyword or anything.
They don't share a keyword.
Okay.
I think if Krakoa shares a keyword with anybody, it's Green Dragon Puff, who's
animal.
But Green Dragon Puff does share with Sasquatch with animal.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So Puff could go with Krakoa or could go with Sam Squanch.
Right, Sasquatch. Darn you.
I did it.
The thing about Green Dragon Puff, and I rarely say this, I mean, it feels like maybe 150 is worth it. I don't know. I do love the sidestep, free, destroy adjacent, and like create light objects twice and destroy things.
Mm-hmm.
So you can like move for free, destroy terrain, grab an object, throw it, sidestep, destroy more terrain, create an object, and throw that too. That's really good.
Just a lot. Like the more and more I keep looking at our pile, we've got a lot of teams here because we are also got the early parts of a Sentinel team here. I don't think we actually have a full one, unless Bolivar Trask kind of rounds it out, but I don't think he does.
I think theme is actually going to be harder from this point forward.
Well, I mean, there's still lots to go. Krakoa does. He's one of those full dial Colossal Retaliators. Also lacks Colossal Indifference. His movement power, unfortunately, is not something he starts with and is amazing because it's, I think, sidestep, charge, flurry, plasticity. Did I get it right? No, it was flurry, phasing, plasticity.
Right. If no other character's been placed, choose an opposing character that attacked or damaged Krakoa. Make an attack using Quake, and then generate hindering terrain markers in all squares occupied at the beginning and end of the action, and then steal energy of opposing characters that occupy or are adjacent to its hindering markers must break away as if they're breaking away from Krakoa. That's kind of neat. I mean, it's not a huge sell. 150 is a heck of a lot of dial, though. That's 11 clicks of life with starting invincible.
Yep.
For half a team cost.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't take a lot of selling as far as I'm concerned. I'd break theme for that.
Yeah, I mean he could probably be the tent pole of our non-theme team. We got a second. I mean, I don't know if the X-Men is really strong enough with what we have. I like Cable, but I don't think we can pull it off without more cables. Right?
No, and this cable is kind of designed to have 3 cables.
Not really, is it?
Yeah.
Well, for his special thing, but
yeah.
Even without it, he's still got a stop click. He starts invulnerable, and keep in mind he can TK himself for free. So he can TK 6, then sidestep 2 more, and then he shoots for 7. That's 15 swing unassisted. I kind of like I like him.
And then we have another TK with Jean Grey if we so
choose, because that's like this. Let me get this out of the way. That is
175,
205. And Morph is 40, and these guys are 60, so it's not right.
Yeah.
Darn it all.
Not fully, but sometimes there's those guys that squeak in an X-Men keyword.
True. I don't think there are any here, though.
No.
Unless Mesmero, for some reason, has one.
Mesmero is like, who are you even, for most of this? And he's a Weapon X guy, so.
Yeah, it's not the best X-Men team. It's not a terrible X-Men team. I just wish it wasn't 5 points off.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Bolivar Trax actually does have Sentinel keyword.
Yeah. But when you go to Sentinel, we have 125, 195 with the Sentinel Squad 1, 35, 109, that we're still way below.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Why are you off by 5 points? I'm just going to stare at you until you're not off by 5 points anymore. Because if I took Cable off the team, not that I would want to, but that would be, I think, 10 points under. Because I think that's 100 points, that's 120, 150, 190. So that is a 190-point team, but it's not a great
290.
290-point team, but it's not a great team.
No, but
I don't like her at 300. She doesn't have a very deep dial at all. Really,
but she does, if she starts killing things or dealing 4 damage, she heals and she goes past lines. Yeah, and then the starting line, the line just before her standard starting line is a stop click. So.
But you have to basically heal twice.
Yeah.
Because otherwise...
And then you're kind of stuck on that click, which doesn't have a lot of movement attack aside from sidestep and attack. But, as well, the Colossal, like you're saying, lacks... I don't think the Colossal has Indifference. And you can get her past the starting line with some big damage. We just don't have any Perplex on that team.
Do we have any other scientists?
Science? But we have Bolivar Trask. And
Sasquatch and
Sasquatch.
I thought there was somebody else.
No, I don't think so. Okay. Bolivar Trask, Sasquatch is about it for scientists. Unless there's somebody over there, but leave them alone.
Right. This is getting tricky now.
Yeah. It's just there's so many options, and might have to avoid pushing theme. But if we're not going to push theme, we got to be careful of probs and perplexes in that case. I mean, we have 2 scanners in our pool, so we can spread those out across 2 teams.
Right, they are acolytes only, right?
I believe so, yeah. Acolytes and Spy.
I mean, it's interesting that we do have that many acolytes.
Mm-hmm.
These are Sentinels?
These are Sentinels, yeah.
And that's 135 or 235 so far?
Yeah, a little below that.
230, I think.
230, yeah.
Hmm.
I feel as though the two Magnetos are such a good combination because of the fact that one of their TKs could end up being free, or rather at no cost, and then the other one could TK that, or could get TK'd as well.
Two Fabian Cortezes, of course, can't join a team
No,
together.
because they're unique. Glad we got two of those.
Yeah.
Here, one of you go over there.
Is Mesmero also
actually
Brotherhood?
You know what?
Yes.
Magneto's an acolyte.
Yeah, he is.
So
Yeah, that's what I was trying
We
to
do
get at.
have a fair amount of acolytes.
Yeah, like that's 230.
It's 230.
You've got a
Fabian
and Kleinstock brother.
And Kleinstocks on their own are
33.
Well, is this an acolyte as well?
I don't know.
It's Brotherhood Armor Soldier.
Oh, okay.
Darn.
I'm trying to think of who else is Brotherhood, because Toad is Brotherhood, Pyro's Brotherhood, if memory serves
This was our
correctly.
Brotherhood team.
I know, but we actually have
Well, you can
another.
make a
He's
second
Brotherhood.
Right?
Mesmero's Brotherhood.
Yeah, this is Brotherhood. These are all Brotherhood. And I thought there was one more.
Rogue.
He's Rogue?
Rogue, yeah.
Rogue is
Rogue, there we
She's
go.
Brotherhood X-Men.
So you got a fair number of Brotherhood, too. I just feel like we don't want to leave these Colossals aside.
No, because there's a lot of dial, especially in Krakoa. There's a lot of dial in that. I just wish he shared something with Sasquatch, but at the same time, maybe the outwit would be enough. Especially like you said, if we go with the 150 Krakoa, because that's big old fatty dial there.
This is a dumb question, but you can't pilot Sentinel with another Colossal, obviously, right?
That's correct. You can.
Yeah,
It's got to be a standard character.
It's too bad because otherwise, there is a world in which we could play 4 Colossals. Like you could play these 4 Colossals together, and that would be a team. But no one's piloting. I guess it does have autopilot.
Yeah.
Does autopilot damage itself still, or is that?
Yes, only if it attacks and does damage.
Right.
I mean, there's other dials on this thing that don't do that. No, they are all kind of attacking.
Yeah. So what's that? That's 75, right? Because that's 75 plus 150 would be 225 plus 30 is 255. So we have 45 points left, I think.
Mm-hmm. That's a Fabian Cortez.
It is a Fabian Cortez, yeah. That's very true. Or a scanner. Is it not going to have theme prop?
Yeah.
That's kind of an interesting team.
It is.
Sentinel Squad.
And then we could go with the Brotherhood. I mean, Sentinel Squad 1's... we could get super cheap with this.
No, you're not wrong. Like, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
It enables him.
Just don't change stats.
You can get even
really.
cheaper, like that.
Yeah. An Assassin's Guild piloting the Sentinel. Mon ami, I'm on my way.
I mean, do you want, like, there is the possibility of just building off theme twice. I really like the outwit, but it's almost impossible to theme it.
Yeah, so I mean, if we can avoid... Okay, so if we give up on theme beyond the one team that's already got it, also already has prob, we could go in that direction. We could also still kind of... we can't keep a Brotherhood if we want to get a Colossal in there, because fat dials really go a long way. Fat bottom girls, as they say.
They make
and
the
boys.
rocking world go round.
Or non-generic animals and islands.
You can also do Green Dragon Puff at 150 and Krakoa 150. Like, there's a few different...
Yeah, because that's just a pain in the butt to get through that.
Yeah,
I would play that.
That's true. Yeah, you're not wrong.
And we could Sasquatch. Would we play Sasquatch at 50? Is the only one that starts with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it would be Sasquatch at 50.
He's good.
So it's 80.
Good value all the way up, but
80. We have. If we put Pyro and say a Magneto, it's 125 plus 80. It's 205. Put a scanner in there for some prob. That's 245. We can go to 85 with another scanner and then finish it off with the Assassin's Guild to fill it all out. That's over-probbing.
that is certainly something.
This is a 2-person theme, but it's a generic theme, but it's a map bonus.
You're right, it is a theme team. I forgot about that.
Because
That's
they are
kinda
both
cool.
monster.
That's neat.
Now I might be going overboard on some things here. I just kind of pushed some things.
Yeah, I'm not convinced of that completely, but it's an option. Is that the only monsters we have, by the way? I forgot to check monster.
That is the only monsters we have.
Okay.
It should be. I don't think anything else would be considered monster except
maybe Callisto, but
Dark
no.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
No, Callisto doesn't.
No, Dark Phoenix is cosmic for generics.
Yeah, that version of Callisto shouldn't be a monster yet.
I just don't know. Like, I don't love Magneto. He's okay.
Okay, well, if we...
I'm just wondering whether he's as good as, like, Sentinel Squad 1 is. Is he? Am I wrong?
Sentinel Squad 1, we're looking
clicks,
at
no
6
willpower.
clicks. Will have willpower with a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
6 range. Isn't... and it's just a matter of which dial we go with.
And do you choose at the beginning of the game? Or do you choose during
no,
force
you
construction?
choose during beginning of your turn. So you start on the first one.
You can just move around?
And you move around the dials. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I didn't know that was a thing.
I think. Hold on. Nope, I'm reading this wrong.
Okay.
I'm reading this wrong.
All right.
Yeah, so you pick one of the dials, and then that's the one you kind of...
During force construction or at the beginning of the game?
It doesn't say.
It doesn't specify. I
So
think
this is the
everybody
force
was
construction
assuming
one.
at the beginning of the game, though.
Really? Okay.
Beginning of your turn, Sentinel Squad 1 may move 1 square for the post character, blah, blah, blah. Advanced targeting multiple system, autopilot, piloting, vehicles, No, it doesn't specify when.
It's
I
gonna
wonder if they
end up being a
errata.
week 1 errata.
Yeah.
There's something I'm wondering about. But I don't want to say it out loud in case I sound like an idiot.
What's up?
Especially considering I'm on camera.
Nope, say it. It's too late now.
Okay. I was trying to figure out what Scanner couldn't do, but she can't be given action, so she couldn't create a thing and then become a pilot. That would be so cool. She still is a good pilot, though.
Yeah.
Because
And she can be carried after she's created the thing, right?
Yeah, I'm just
And
true.
If we put those two on the team, those are two sources.
I'm just thinking like the thing I love about her as a pilot is that she just gives prob.
Oh yeah.
Right. So she just jumps on board, gives prob to whatever dial you've chosen.
Yeah.
The problem here is that she's sticking at the back, right? So you're kind of thinking, what do I do with? There's one attacker. He's primarily an outwitter. So who else is attacking? Right. If this is our start.
Yeah.
Then who on the table that isn't on a team is best to be an attacker? Cable's pretty good.
Bastion.
Bastion is good.
Yeah, but I don't think we can fit Bastion where we are. Wait, can we? Hold on. If
Assume she's on, yeah. 40
Yeah,
plus, that's 110, 140, 190, so you got...
Yeah, we don't have room for him because he's 125.
Okay. Well, Pyro's not terrible.
No. But when I feel if we put Pyro on a team, we need a way of getting action. Well, he's got his own way of taking action tokens off of him, but some redundant leadership might help.
Yeah.
Or we go. What's Fabian Cortez do?
I don't actually know what Mesmero does at all because Mesmero is new to us.
He's a mind controller type. He's right here.
Do we have him here? Okay. So he's got the mutant brothers and sisters trait, as so many others do. 45 points, which is nice and cheap. He starts with shape change. The X Circus is in town. Mind control. And when he uses it, you can choose that hit characters can use ignores elevated when they move and can't make attacks. If you do, after resolutions, deal 2 damage to any hit character that moved from a higher elevation to a lower one. So they just jumped off.
You made him jump off of a building. That's awesome.
I like improved targeting ignores hindering and elevated. That's cool.
Yeah.
Mastermind, and when he uses Mastermind during a ranged attack, he can choose a character within 4 squares modifier that isn't attacking, regardless of point value. He can choose an opposing character for his Mastermind when they shoot him in range, as long as he's within 4 people. He's still not great, but that is neat.
He's only 45 though, right?
Yeah, he's only 45 points. Anyway.
Fabian Cortez is a pretty neat looking dial for what he does. For
Yeah.
45 points.
That's what you didn't erode your own guys.
Mm.
Still, he's not bad.
No.
But
at the same time, you got to think where my head's going is we Fabian Cortez with, say, a Pyro and a leadership. Then Pyro can get that health back after dealing a ton of damage by getting +1 combat, +1 to all his combat values, plus his enhancement. It's a lot of potential in that.
Of course, you may also be right about, like, this is good, but, like, so's that.
Yeah.
outwit something, hit something really hard, stand by to retaliate.
This is 205 there.
205.
Yeah, so we have 95 points.
TK would be helpful.
TK, we have Jean Grey.
Yeah, that's 295 there.
Yeah.
So you've got a TKer, you've got a prob controller, you've got a damage
Perplex,
dealer, you've got an outwitter, and you've got
a retaliate.
That's interesting, eh? So you've got perplex, prob, and outwit, TK. That's almost all of them.
That's like that's almost all the things you put in a constructed team.
And retaliation as well. What's kind of cool? There's something cool about her retaliation.
She can keep healing with it, and her retaliation itself. If no placers make a close attack, targeting the chosen character and do so targeting all other characters within 3 squares. Hit characters are each given an action token and each dealt 2 penetrating damage instead of normal.
I was actually just thinking about the fact that she's got sidestep and 10 range triple target. So in a set that's all colossals, she's pretty good at shooting other colossals.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially with a perplex on there to increase her overall swing to 13.
Yep.
That ain't bad.
Is that a rare on her, or is she
Yeah, it's a rare.
Yeah, she's a rare. Boy, she's good.
Yeah.
She's an attacker in her own right at only 30 points. Honestly, I think it's a better team than any version of the vehicle team is.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I like vehicles, and I'm on record as liking vehicles a lot.
All right. So, I think we have our 3 final teams because we got big meaty monsters.
Yay.
We have the mess, and we have the Brotherhood of Mutants over there.
It's hard to call it a mess because it's like it's a well balanced team of everything. It just isn't themed.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it's got a little bit of everything. Okay, so let's assume this is our teams. Where are we at for time?
Oh, we got a bit. 7 minutes. So.
Okay, well that's fine. Like, because we would also have to write up papers and stuff.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about a couple things. We haven't talked about who's playing. We haven't talked about maps.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say that Amber's going to play the 2
Yes.
animals? Okay.
I love when people jump on the small teams. It's like, you do that.
I will make monsters go. I need the card.
Now, with either of these teams for us, Tom, I think either of us can play either one.
I agree.
Both of them are fairly full of tricks. Both of them kind of function very similarly.
Sort of, but this one is much more like, this is obviously the attacker, and this is the TKer, and she's using the prob, and he's there for outwit, and she's there to retaliate. Like, they've got assigned roles. Mm-hmm. Whereas here, it's a little bit more like there's no question that Shadow King is going to be your principal attacker, but you may get more or less mileage out of a flurrying Sabretooth, even on only 1 damage through every turn.
Yep.
And Mystique, depending upon how you get into position. Like, it may be that you want to lead up with that front line and kind of force him to come out.
Or, he'll also be able to do is slowly whittle away at other Mystiques or Morphs or Mesmeros that show up. Because you got Battle Fury.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Well, she's also a taxi, is Amelia.
Yeah.
Is she only keywords that she joins? So she's got passenger 4, but only to carry characters who share a keyword, which is, of course, all of them.
Yep.
So this is pretty good then. So basically, you can go up there, fight, as long as you position like this.
Yep.
And she can go, see you later.
Well, she can't do that because she's got Battle Fury.
Okay, fair. All right, it's fine. So you're in there.
You gotta be careful.
So you gotta get him out of the way.
Yeah.
See ya. Pulse wave.
Yep.
But even he can stay in the pulse wave.
Yeah, why
That's
not?
fine.
He takes 1 damage.
Whatever. The point being, like, if it's single target, then yeah, get out of the way. If otherwise,
Yeah.
then who cares if you stay in? But anyway, I love the fact you get in there and do some beating. I don't know. What do you like? I agree. We could both play either team. I would personally suggest that this is a better team.
So then I have to play that one.
That was what I was thinking. Not because, again, we both know that you would rather not play the better team. You would rather grind with the difficult team. So
Absolutely.
Hey, if you want to play this team, by all means do. But I suspect in your heart,
in my heart, I want to play this.
you want to play the mess.
Yeah.
You even called it a mess.
I called it a mess, almost claiming it.
I know. That's as soon as you said it, I was like, I know why he's calling it a mess. He wants to play that mess. He wants that mess to be a part of it.
The funny part is, the team that everybody else called the mess is the one I didn't call the mess last year, and I did fairly well with it.
That's fair. Okay, no, I'm fine with whatever, but I am definitely I am excited by the notion of kicking some tail with this team, and I think that works out well.
All right. So actually, what I like about this year is generally most years we kind of muddle around through it as we predict what's going to be it, and it's usually me and Amber. Now we've actually had a chance to see the whole process with 3 players, which I'm really excited to share with everybody. And what I like about this set as well is there's a lot of leftover, which means there was a lot of potential teams that we could have come up with for the set, which...
For sure, and contrary to the way a lot of these games would go, like we've still, and I don't think it's just because it's us. We did put together a 5-person and a 4-person team as well as a 2-person team. Like we don't have a one-man army, and we don't have like a very, very clear tent pole. This is as close to a very, very clear tent pole as you get. But even if he does for somehow die quickly, you've still got some decent output here that turns into great output once the tokens are off, and some hard to killness around it as well. So like there is some balance here. I think that we've found teams that suit our playstyle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Monsters.
I haven't been looking at the camera the whole time. Oh, okay.
No, that's okay. That's fine. You don't have to stare at them.
What sort of maps would you be looking to put onto a team like this?
That's an interesting point. This one you want... you don't want it too wide open, but you do want a lot of space for the Shadow King to be able to draw his lines of fire. Mm-hmm. So any outdoor map, I think, would be great with this team.
Yeah, considering the fact that he can't be targeted until you're within 5... then that will somewhat protect your approach.
Yeah.
Especially with Amelia Voigt standing next to him. So honestly, I'm thinking of... I like an outdoor map with some stuff in the way. Not hedge maze style, not quite that restricted, I don't think. But it would be nice to think of something that is outdoor and still has some blocking and stuff to block these guys, because he's blocked by the very fact that you need to get within 5, and then even once you do, he's got a +1 defense for until he's in attacking mode.
Yeah.
And then she's out of there. So I don't exactly know what that is off the top of my head. The shipping crate one comes to mind.
I was thinking of that one too, the cargo ship or
cargo ship.
Yeah.
Trying to think of other outdoor ones that have lots
Loading
of blocking.
dock or whatever.
There's also, depending upon the legality of various rock maps, there's that construction site one, which could be kind of interesting.
Yep.
Because you can do with elevation change other things. Even the Bifrost. Maybe not the Bifrost. I don't know. I would have to look. Unfortunately, off the top of my head, I'm having a hard time coming up with it, but I know what I kind of want. I want an outdoor map so that he can see 8, and they have to get within 5 to see him. So he's got kind of an advantage in swing as it is.
Yep.
But I still want enough blocking that these guys can't be seen, though they are pretty well protected in their own right. Mm-hmm. It's how is it Mystique working? It's if the
characters
they don't
attacking,
have line of fire. Yeah. So yeah, the more that's in the way, the better. Actually,
yeah.
So maybe like something like Hedge Maze wouldn't be so bad.
Or the one with the shipping crates as well.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking now maybe Hedge Maze is kind of the one, because as soon as they get in there, they can't see each other. You know, I drop a shapeshift token onto somebody, and then they make it super hard to see.
And then
it limits his movement a little bit,
in the way.
But I think it might still be worth it.
Yeah.
I would take a look at it. It's one of the maps I would pack, and then maybe find something that's a little less restrictive and based on another team. What about yourself? Like, what do they do?
I actually want for this to have a map kind of like WizKid's Office or something that would give me a lot of walls, because with the Green Dragon Puff, it gets Force Blast, and then if it moves, it can use Force Blast at no cost. So slamming people into walls is fun, but also it has a free.
That's later in the dial, but yeah.
Move. The Force Blast is
The Force Blast is traded.
It's traded.
The free thing you're about to describe is
a little bit later in the dial,
yeah.
But also if you destroy blocking terrain and generate an object, you can hold it and then make an attack with it, and then you can do that twice per turn.
Right.
So you can be making and that's a free action, so you can be making 3 attacks in a turn, and it's not on the first 2. It's once you get past the first 2 clicks.
It also, another thing that makes nice about WizKid's Office is that you're starting with Energy Explosion, so you want to force your opponents to cluster a bit.
Yeah.
So narrow passages are good, and you've got a Retaliator.
Yes.
So you want to be able to protect them as much as you can while you're going up the field and leading the charge with the dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think actually WizKid's Office specifically is a pretty good choice.
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek Underground.
Mine I have to be super reactive on the team. Because if they've got a lot of high ranges along the lines of Phoenixes, they're going to be popping my Sasquatch from a distance before he even gets a chance to do anything. But at the same time, if they don't have a lot of range, I wouldn't mind him being able to take advantage of his size, or Dark Phoenix taking advantage of his size and being able to shoot at other things. So it's more reactive. I want an open, similar to Hedge Maze or Cargo Ship for teams that are more small dudes.
I've got kind of a good idea as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned.
And then for teams that have the high range, I'll take them indoors. Bastion doesn't have a huge range, but he does have a manageable 6 range, although I will lose that on TK, so I don't want it too enclosed. So, like, not to the level of underground, per se. I want to hear what you got to say.
Mirror Island.
Mirror Island's perfect, yeah.
I think Mirror Island's great because these guys go indoors and she stays out.
Yeah, exactly.
She's got the big range. She's like, it depends on what you're against. If you're up against somebody who's got like crazy range, then you're probably going to want somebody like Star Trek Underground.
Yeah.
But if this is assuming you win, Matt, which you're probably not going to, but assuming you do, then I think that's a great combination because she's basically there for retaliation and to shoot down opposing Colossals. And if she can outrange your opponent, keep her outdoors, force them in. If they're forced in, they've got to get in close quarters with these guys, and they're going to have a hard time focusing on him the way they want to.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Awesome. So who's our A, B, and C? I think I'm going to get stuck with the A because I like doing the paperwork.
Yeah, that suits me. I don't like overthinking this part of it. I tend to believe that this truly doesn't matter.
Yeah. So you'll pick an A, B, and C player, and A's will play against A's, B's will play against B's, C's will play against C's. There is no standard way to think about that.
Yeah, don't try to overthink it.
Yeah. Like, one team might have their best team on their A, and another team might have their worst team on their A. There's no way of predicting that, so just put whoever likes to do paperwork on A. That's the only one that matters.
So, like, the 2 times that my team has done Team Worlds, Emily has set us up, and she's like, well, we're going to put Asia on A because Asia starts with A. And we're going to put Amber on C because her last name starts with C. And then Emily ends up on B because that's the other one. Like, that's how absolutely arbitrary we have done.
To be fair, Jason's right. Typically, A does the paperwork.
Yeah. So it's not even typically. A does the paperwork.
Right. So I'm totally down with you doing the paperwork. Yeah. No problems. Do you want to be C because your last name starts with a C? Yeah. And I'll be B because that's what's left. Perfect.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I like it. I like the Emily method.
Awesome. All right, so it was a pleasure doing that with you, Tom. And Amber, thank you for helping us out. She's not Mike, but she'll do.
No.
Right. Yeah, she's Team Story A adjacent.
Yeah.
That's true. Although I feel like if you guys had done this with Mike, aside from like any input he would have had,
Mike would have taken this.
Mike would, yeah.
Yeah, Mike would have taken this team. We would have built this team. Mike would have said something like, "Boy, I can see myself playing that. Like, if you guys want, then I could take that."
I can totally just like Mike. It's the theme team. You won't shut up about it.
If we've been doing it with Mike, I suspect it may have turned out differently because I suspect what would have happened is we would have built that. I would have argued for an X-Men team with her as a retaliator, and we would have put together the junk for Jason.
Yeah. Actually, I'd have been off to the side while they were arguing, going, "Okay, I got something, guys. What's left?"
It would have been very similar.
Yeah.
This would have been on my team, and in its place, you would have had like this and Magneto or something. I don't know. You would have figured it out. Anyway.
All right. So again, WizKids, thank you very much for providing us with this early look at stuff, and we took a chance to share with you guys what it's going to look like for Team Sealed, which is coming up this coming September, the weekend of September 5th through the 9th for Team Worlds down in Memphis, Tennessee, at Graceland even. So
he's got trees on it.
Super excited for that, and we'll see you guys in the Team World Championships doing this nonsense around then. Have a good one, guys.